downtime today at all again. Rest of my life. Alright, we're going to start off with the recap. Recap for those of you just joining us who have first timers or anyone coming back to watch it now. I start with the recap so you can at least know what point we're up to. I don't recap everything. Where we left off was chapter 15. Let me wait for the helicopter to pass. Chapter 15 was all about my first actual real hitting somebody again and becoming for what's lack of a better way to put it, a tough guy in my parochial school back then. Hey, Hot Frank, what's going on? Hey, Honing Rebel, what's going on? Just doing my recap. I got a list of things I like to do before the 2 o'clock start. So I'm going to keep rolling along while you guys are here. That's the recap on where we are now. I'm at the age turning. We're looking at about 7th to 8th grade. So you're looking at 12, 13 years old, which the next chapter will go with us. The second thing on my agenda is I'm going to reread Understand. I don't remember who it was yesterday. They asked me to reread it yesterday. I think it was Scuff Frank. I don't know, and I'm not sure, so I'm going to reread it now. And then again, if they come on and they want me to read it later, maybe we'll do it again, maybe we won't. But if anybody wants to hear it, it's going to be back in the beginning of this. After I read this, I'm going to do one more poem, which is Street Water Races. And then I'm going to go to a Bible reading, which I'm just going to randomly pick out. If you read the description of this show, it says I'm going to randomly pick out a Bible verse, and usually it applies to my life at this moment. After the Bible verse, Bible on any page, we're going to go to, hopefully it'll be by 2 o'clock by then, and we'll go to our daily prayer that we do every day. So we're going to roll from here. All right, let me go back to Understand. And like I said, this is more for Scuff Frank, and if he comes in, great. If he doesn't, you can always watch it later. The name of this is Understand. The paper is faded yellow because I wrote this, gotta be in the 80s maybe, 90s, early 90s, I don't know. Anyway, this is how I used to feel. Most of these things that I've written were written when I was a teenager and I was all fucked up on drugs and all that other good crap that you guys are learning about more and more as we go. So here we go. It seems like all the time these feelings occur. The hurt, the pain, the wanting of love. And though I don't want it to be this way, it seems every time I give, someone tries to take it away. I look to you for help. My approach may vary from time to time because I don't feel in the right state of mind. Each time you turn me away with the little things you do and say, I don't understand. And I wonder, do you understand? The world could end so quick and fast, so I always wonder how long this will last. The lack of understanding that seems to be in the way of all the things that you and I say. So far, now we will have to take it real slow and try to communicate what we both know. It is not going to be easy, you see, because sometimes I feel like nobody understands me. Let's do our best to make this one work. I'm tired of feeling like a fucking jerk. You love me, I love you. Let's keep going, see what we can do. That's Understand. What I wrote it about, I couldn't tell you. Maybe to a girl, maybe just about life. But I wrote it a long time ago. I'm going to do one more, and then if you want to talk about it, we will. If not, roll along. Like I said, that was a request from yesterday. This is called Street Water Races. This is something I wrote one day when I was thinking about being an adolescent, being around my grandson's age, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, those good years. The years when nothing mattered but having fun. Nothing mattered but laughing and smiling, and you didn't worry about money, you didn't worry about nothing. What was my next snack? You didn't even care about your meals because you knew they would come and mom and dad had that. But this was just something that we used to do as kids. When you're in street water races, when you're an adolescent, it amazes me as an adult now how you realize all the ways you were able to keep yourself busy. When you were young, we used to get bored, mostly in the summer. Usually sit around sulking, and the only form of entertainment is breaking your parents' chops. One thing we used to do was have street water races. Street water races could only occur when it was raining, or it just finished raining, or the fire hydrant was on, or a hose was running somewhere on the block. The idea is to start at the furthest point of the corner, where it's going downhill, and as the water's down the street, it maintains a constant flow. The water flows right next to the curb, which separates the street and the sidewalk. Whoever is going to be in the race has to find a small object, such as a finished ice cream stick, a cigarette butt, or something like a twig. As long as it floats, you can use it. Each contestant would take their object. Most of the time, he tried to use the same object. So it was a fair race. Place it in the water and hold it until someone says 1, 2, 3, go! 9 out of 10 times, the object usually became stuck somewhere down the travel, whether it was a leaf or just a dry spot. Before reaching the corner, it would get stuck. Either there is something blocking its path, or there is a spot or two where there is hardly any water passing it over, and you would get stuck on the dry spot in the street. At the corner was the imaginary finish line, which would be the sewer. So most times you would lose the piece into the sewer, but if you won, you didn't give a shit. All right, that's for that. We got plenty of time to kill right now. Let's see who's here and say hello. Hot Frank, I love you so. Yo, Frank, what up? Hey, Noel, how are you? Kay Blake, I'm reading. I started this off with 2 poems that I've written. I was asked by somebody to reread Understand. I read it yesterday. I wrote it a long time ago. The next thing coming up on here is my random Bible. So I'm starting doing this today. I'm going to try to remember to do it every day, but I do it on my own personal time, not even on here, where I just take the Bible, and I'm going to do it right now. I open it, random page, any page, doesn't matter. Whichever page it is, I close it again, open it up, and just stick my finger like that. And then I go. And where I am is, I'm in Luke 20, and we read the paragraph. And usually it has something to do with my life. Hopefully maybe it'll have something to do with you guys, and maybe you could get a little oomph from me picking this one. I tell people, do it yourself on a consistent, I don't do it consistently, whenever I feel like it. Open it somewhere in there, and sometimes early, sometimes late, and just put my finger, and I find, for me, because I'm very connected with God, that I get answers to things going on in my life, or questions I've been asking myself, and we'll see. This says, the authority of Jesus challenged. This is Luke 20. Luke 20 from 1 to 8. Excuse me, I have to change my glasses because this is very low and very small print. Here we go. We'll get to the book at 2 o'clock like we always do. We got 15 minutes. One day, as Jesus was teaching the people in the temple and preaching the gospel, the chief priests and the scribes with the elders came up and said to him, "Tell us by what authority you do these things." It's already, I got it, affected me for today. Wow, sorry. And said to him, "Tell us by what authority you do these things, or who it is that gave you this authority." He answered them, "I also will ask you a question. Now tell me, was the baptism of John from heaven or from man?" And they discussed it with one another, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say, why did you not believe him? But if we say from man, all the people will stone us to death. For they are convinced that John was a prophet. So they answered that they did not know where it came from. And Jesus said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. And I laughed because today I was talking to different people, and the conversation ended up like I usually move it toward God. And one of them said to me, well, don't you think it's offensive to other people to go around and talk about God? And I said, no, not at all. Because those who don't want to accept him aren't of him anyway. So they won't listen. We won't have to talk. So I used to go to church. Hey, K. Blake. I used to go to church with my grandmother. The church, I'm sure it was. I'm not pushing anybody to go to church. Very judgmental. Yes, they were. I was in Catholic school for 8 years. Very judgmental people. And those people aren't of real God. Take my word for it. K. Blake, you don't need a place to go to have God in your heart and soul. You do that on your own. The church has nothing to do with that. It can be a great place, but unfortunately the majority of the churches are run by people who aren't really of God. You ever see? They got gold rings and all the limos, and that's not what Jesus is about. Right. You can definitely worship at home. I worship all day. I walk around and I worship. I talk to God all day long. Hey, T-Ray. What's up, Walter? How we doing today, fellas, ladies, everybody? Yeah, so if I went by churches, I still wouldn't be a godly man, because the churches turned me away. And as a matter of fact, that we brought that up, I'm going to give you a story coming up. See how it works? The next story, as a matter of fact, has to do with Catholic school and morality. Your morals. You know, what's right and what's wrong. And if you stick around and you listen to it, you'll understand. Hot Frank will tell you, the next chapter makes you wonder about what Catholic school was back when I went to school. Because their shit is, lion-ass Father Devil, and you got it. You got it, Hot Frank. He's coming up now. And, Frank, so you know, I added another story to the end of this chapter from memory. I wrote it out this morning, so it's in there. I'm going to read it. It's going to be an add-on to the incident with Father Devlin and the school. And it has to do with the school also. That's why I added it. It was something around the same time. And this, you'll see. So, we're good. Yeah, I come on early so you guys can do this. Bullshit. And I can get my little bits and shits out of the way. My bits and shits? Who's bitten and who's shitting? So far, we're doing good. I like this. I got to accomplish what I wanted to. Hey, Pan-African Bookstore. Where are you? You're at the best place to be. You're at Mr. BENSONHURTS. I am a grandpa. You're gonna hear stories that are true, amazing. The fact that I'm still around, you will be excited and you'll go, Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa, I haven't seen you, baby. How are you? Right. A car parked in a garage doesn't make you a believer more than being in a church. Correct. And the majority of the people who go to church think because they go to church on Sunday, that makes me okay. No, you can't be a prick all week. You can't be a douchebag during the week and go to church and go, okay, I'm a Christian. I'm a good guy. I love Jesus. You're a Band-Aid, Frank? How are you, Frank? Just talking about you. I read Understand in the beginning of this, so I'm pretty sure it was you yesterday who asked me to read it again. I wasn't positive it was you, but if you want to hear it again, I think it's one of the first things I do. It's in the description. I listed in order I'm going to do things, so we'll take it from there. You know, you guys are getting me hooked on this because I'm really starting to enjoy doing this, and that's not good. Your grandmother, right? Gossip about everyone, talk behind their back, right? Tell everybody's business, and then go to church and say she's a great woman. I know. That doesn't mean she was a bad woman, but, come on. That's like me sitting here. Here's the thing. That's like a drug counselor. See, back when I was in the programs, in the program I was in, nobody did drugs, the counselors. And if you did, you got fired if they found out. Then I went to another program, Daytop, where people were getting high and nobody gave a shit. As a counselor, I couldn't counsel someone while I'm getting high doing drugs. I just don't have that unmoral part of me wouldn't let me do it. I hear you, Frank. Thank you, buddy. Consistency, I like to be consistent in everything. Yeah, I'm yelling on the way home that church is a monster. It's amazing. It's amazing that, you got to find your own way. I mean, I loved a lot of the people back then, but they were all full of shit. Oh, so anybody's interested, I'm definitely going, there's a $1,000 tournament tonight in poker. But it starts 11. Frank, this is good for you. You'll be around. I know you will. Because 11 o'clock to you is 3 in the afternoon. Or 5 in the afternoon. Tonight, 11 o'clock, I'm going to come back on when I start my game. So, just so you know. And I'll stay on until either I win it or I lose all my chips. Who's calling tricks? Who's doing tricks here? All right, we did the recap. I did understand. And 16 is next. The prayer of the day. 16, there was something else I was thinking about showing you guys. I got time, 8 minutes. Let's see. I got to smoke my CBD. All right, here's the chapters. We're good there. Let's keep on notes here. We did that yesterday. Who can relate? Really would like today, if possible, although I like to just read through the stories, but maybe after, well, you guys know, most of you know, we'll figure it out. One of the things I wrote down that I want to try to start doing is, if anyone has been through similar things as me, I want to know how you dealt with it. That would be great. Because I can always try to instill that. Maybe it'll kick up some memories of, because there were guys in my neighborhood that did the right thing. But I didn't. Boom, 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 boom. Both of my parents were into drugs bad. Me too, but my mom wasn't that bad. So we thought church would be the place to go for support and understanding. We were wrong. Yes, you were, K. Blake. And the church's way, my mother, when I was younger and I would get, I had a, what do you call it? I made, yesterday I made sausage. And I had today I had a sausage sandwich, and I also made the day before macaroni and chopped meat, sauce and stuff. So I had a chopped meat and cheese sandwich too. Thank you for caring whether I eat or not. I appreciate it. Hey, Beth. What's up, girl? Hope everybody's doing great today. Great to see the people that are here. I love it. I love it. We got 5 more minutes. It's time for me to smoke. My dad was always there for me when I got in a situation. He was very good. Nice. I always felt I couldn't go to anybody with the real shit that was going on with me. I mean, I talked to my old man, but my old man never knew how deep I was into everything. You know, I kind of glossed over it with him. Not that I don't think he would have did much about it. I don't, you know, what could he have done? So, I didn't listen to anybody back then anyway. And he wasn't really, I wouldn't took him seriously because we were friends. We weren't. And we'll get to that too. That's, again, I'm bringing up, that's in chapter 17, I believe. 17 starts my first real friendship with my dad. Or more of a friendship, I should say. We'll take it. Who's buying barbecue? I gotta get a grill. I want to put a barbecue. You know, the old style barbecue, the ones that have the tri legs, the tri 3 legs, and it's the black one, which you put the charcoal in, and then you fucking poof. I want to get that out here for my grandson. Roast marshmallows and shit. He's never roasted a marshmallow. I tried to do it with a lighter. To all you people, grandparents and parents out there, do not try to light a marshmallow with a lighter because it makes it taste like lighter fluid. To roast a marshmallow, rather. Hey, Kaikin. Chicken tikka masala. Ooh. That's Indian? I wouldn't be able to eat it. I have a sensitive stomach. I can't eat nothing that's spicy. And from what I understand, most of the foods from the India, she's a the spice. She's a the spice. No spice for run. No spice for run. I got an electric stove. This is Florida. They don't have gas out here. No gas. When I moved to Michigan, butcher in town, I asked for chopped meat. Guy looked at me crazy. He said, must be from Jersey. She wants ground beef. That's funny, Beth. Yeah, the different things the way we say shit, that's funny shit. Microwave the marshmallow? Come on. I'm trying to teach my grandson old traditions. You got gas, Frank? Take the lighter. Put it over here. Whoop. No spice for Ron. No spice for Ron. Very good. That's funny shit. I'm loving it. I needed the laughs today. I'm in a lot of pain. I went to the doc. The doc, you know what he wants me to do about this? Fix my nose. I'm not even kidding. He wants me to fix my nose, to fix my vein. Oh, I'm sorry. I found it amusing then, and I find it amusing now. You guys don't think that's funny? Come on. That's funny shit. He wants me to fix my nose because of my vein. Oh, my goodness. Blues guy. Where was he? I seen him the other day. You got it, Frank. Frank, scuffed. You hit it right on the head. You are a smart man. Every time I bring something up, you got the answer, bro, but that's it. That's why. I had my nose broke, obviously. You guys know about one time. Not yet, but 3 times. And ever since it's been broke, the only way I can breathe through my nose fully is to go like this. See, now I can breathe. But once I do this, it's all mouth. So we noticed that, you guys noticed it, so again, thank you, that when I talk, I'm not breathing right now. That's why it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because there's no oxygen going back in. Once I take the oxygen in and start to breathe, it goes away. It's amazing. Amazing. Very good, Scuffed. All right, we got 1 minute till we read that. And let's put this out before we read the Bible. We can light it up after. And let's get to the page. Boom, boom, boom. All right, 2 o'clock. Today April 30th. I know it's backwards. Please don't tell me. For some reason, this screen, when I do it from here, where I can see myself, is backwards. If I turn it the other way, it wouldn't be, but that's all right. Here we go. April 30th, Matthew 19:24. Again, I tell you, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. That's pretty deep. Everybody wants money. And it isn't meant, I've read this before, not this right here, but I've read Matthew, and it's more of, just to clarify, I usually don't, but I will. It's not all rich people, but the majority of them are rich in this and not in this. So, all right, the reflection is, many of us live where worldly goods are at our fingertips. If we want something, we can just go and charge it. Is it time to say no? I do not need that. More often, the prayer is, Lord, heal me and show me the difference between my wants and my needs. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I want to live in your will so that I can be the example you call me to be. Now that reflects, that whole thing, I'm going to read it again because that reflects on me hugely. I've felt this way for the longest time now. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but for sure, we all should, our wants are one thing, but what we need is another. And to live in his will so that we can be the example that he put us here for, awesome. Glory to God in the highest. God is good. Anyway, let's see what I missed before I get started. No, my dog Leeser is in the other apartment. Yeah, over here I have a cat. You want to see the cat? I don't know where he is. He's probably lying on the thing. You ever see the orange cat, Leeser, that I posted on one of my shorts, I believe it is? The orange cat that I put, I think the caption I wrote was, I wish we all could be this relaxed. That's the cat I'm with now. My doggy, he's over at my son's house. Leo! I miss him. He was limping for a couple of days. We weren't sure what was wrong with him, but he's fine. We think he jumped off the couch and like bruised his leg or something. All right, let's see what else we got. Scuff's getting a boat. But hey, Scuff, if you get a boat, you better take me fishing, bro. Not deep in the sea. I don't like that. But, offshore, a little bit. Betty is my channel, buy me a Yeti. You're going to buy a Yeti. You get you a Yeti, you better take a picture. Oh, nah, not that Yeti? Not the Bigfoot? You don't belong on boats, Frank. You don't even know how deep water is. I don't belong on boats either. I get seasick. All right, Scuff, money is the root of all evil. Can't fit a camel through the eye of a needle. That's a damn fact. All right, I used owning a boat. Oh, intercoastal, nice. With depth finder, nice. The water is cold. Yes, it is. I've been out there. I went about 5 hours into the ocean shark fishing with my friend on a 22-footer. Never again. Coming up right now, Frank. Nope, the game wasn't at St. Pat's, but funny you wrote that because the game we played with the free throw contest was in my tournament. But I added a story about their tournament, so yeah, baby, Frank, my knees weren't always like this, motherfucker. I'd still play. Get some of those silicone things you put in your nose to widen the... Yeah, I tried that, K. Blake. I tried the breathe rights and all that shit. I have a deviated, probably a very badly deviated septum, they told me 30 years ago or 35 years ago, so I've learned to live with it. Ron, you ever been to the boardwalk down the shore? Jersey Shore? For sure. It depends on what shore you're talking about. There's a whole bunch of shores. I've been on boardwalks in a whole bunch of different states and Jersey Shore, Atlantic City by the shore. I was on the boardwalk in several different states along the East Coast. Hello, Muse. What's up? I'm looking. I gotta catch up, guys. I'm behind. If Tan comes on tonight, I will advertise your channel. I appreciate it, T-Ray. Nice, kind of him. Seaside Heights. Seaside Heights, yes. Matter of fact, Seaside Heights, I was there one weekend in the early 80s, and I'm not allowed back, to the hotel that I stayed at with my boys, Neil, Dom, Bo. I don't have that story in here either, but we ended up all fucked up, and we ended up ruining the hotel room and one guy got thrown off the balcony, not by us, but we beat him up, and then some other guy he was fucking with before that came over and threw him off the balcony, and he landed on like the beach chair, and the cops came, and we weren't allowed back into that hotel ever again. That was early 80s. I was 15 and they were 17 and 18 at the time, so I was 15 in 1981. All right, 206, here we go. Do you come on once every day? Yes, I'm on Monday through Friday, T-Ray, 2 p.m. And sometimes at night when I'm bored. We read every day, Monday to Friday. I started writing book 2 already. I put some notes down already. 16. Okay, here we go. This is chapter 16. The name of it is To Win or To Lose. Down here. There's notes everywhere. I say it every time I show you guys the picture. During the ages of 8 through the early part of turning 13. Not bragging, but I was an above average basketball player in all sports. Mostly because since I was 5, I have been playing with my cousin Louie and his friends. And they were all 2-3 years or more older than me, and I was just as good as they were. So when I played against the guys my age, they thought I was the gift. I was very into baseball and basketball at this time. I was playing baseball for Gil Hodges Little League. I also played baseball and basketball for my school, St. Mary Mother of Jesus Parochial School. In basketball, I was the starting point guard. We were never the best team in the league, but we always had a winning percentage, over 500, and we were always competitive. Each Catholic school in our league held an annual tournament during the season. The host, which in this case is us, would invite 7 to 9 other teams to the tournament with single game eliminations. Our biggest rivals, St. Patrick's and St. Rosa Lima. Whenever we played St. Patrick's, our games were close and very nasty. Well, as nasty as 11 and 12-year-olds in a Catholic school could get in the 80s. 70s, really. St. Mary's held our tournaments on Thursday nights in our gym, and they charged admission for the parents to get in. Or, if you have any friends, they got to pay to come see the game. Can you believe that? If your parents didn't have money, they couldn't come watch your game. In my experience, throughout my life, I have come to find out that Catholic schools are all money hungry and a little corrupt. Usually, the people who give the biggest donations, their children get special attention, which really sucks for the rest of us. One year, we had a free throw shooting contest at our tournament. I happened to be the best free throw shooter on my team. Now, how it works, there are 8 teams in our age bracket. Each team has 1 representative. During the first round of our tournament, it would be reduced from 8 to 4. 4 people would get knocked out. Each person goes one-on-one against someone from another team. Each person would take 20 free throws. You take 5, then they take 5, and so on until you reach 20. Whoever makes the most free throws wins. Well, I breezed through the first round. I think I hit 18 or 19 of 20 to like 12 or 13 for the other guy. Next round, the following Thursday, same result. I breezed once again, hitting like 17 or 18 out of 20 as compared to the other guy who hit like, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 13. We had gotten knocked out as a team on the second night. So the following week was to be the finals. And we lost to St. Patrick's. The following Thursday night is the tournament and the finals in the tournament and the free throw shooting contest. St. Patrick's loses in the finals to St. Rose of Lima. Well, we hated St. Patrick's more than St. Rose, so we were all happy. What a relief to us. My whole team was there. Everyone came to watch that game and me in the free throw shooting contest. Thank goodness I was in the contest, or I would have had to pay to watch St. Patrick's play. That night, Father Devlin, he was the priest who ran all the sporting activities for St. Mary's, was front and center. Our gym wasn't tremendous. Had a basketball court in the middle, not a regulation-sized court like the pros. It was maybe 5/8 the size of a regulation court. At one end was a huge plexiglass window, and there was 15 feet of open space, and then the beginning of the basketball hoop. At the other end of the court, there was a stage. That stage started from about 3 feet past the end of the court. Basically, there was enough room behind the basket for one person and one person only to stand there. That's where Father Devlin was, directly under the basket. On the right side of the court is where the stands are. That's where the parents and visitors would mostly watch the game from. After St. Patrick's game, we start the contest. They announced my name over the loudspeaker, and I walked to the foul line, which is at the end of the court near the stage where Devlin is. He was standing with a microphone in his hand. They announced the kid's name that I'm going against. Father Devlin tells us the rules. You both will begin with 20 legal free throws. Whoever makes the more baskets wins. We begin. I make 5 out of 5. Now it's his turn. He hits 3 out of 5. My turn. I go 4 out of 5. I'm now 9 of 10. He goes, he hits 3 of 5 again. He's now 6 for 10. Next round, I only make 3 out of 5. I now have 12 of 15. But he goes 2 of 5. Now he's 8 of 15. I only need 2 to clinch. He goes first. Being that he is behind, it can make it interesting if he hits them all. He makes 4 out of 5 to tie me. I then proceed to hit 5 of 5 for the win. Father Devlin, microphone in hand, announces the boy's name and says that he got second place. He then hands him the second place trophy for the shooting contest, and everyone applauds. Then he announces my name, and the stands go crazy, screaming. I didn't realize that I had the entire gym rooting for me. I guess I should have known. After all, it was my home court. He then hands me the first place trophy, and I'm off doing high fives with the guys from my team and getting pats on the back from some of the parents, especially Mom and Duck. Feeling really good, I hang around to watch the final game, in which the older team from St. Mary's had made the finals. Halfway through the first quarter, Father Devlin comes to me and says, "You shot against the wrong guy in the free throw shooting contest." I said, "Huh?" Turns out that the kid I shot against had lost in the previous round of the free throw shooting contest. And the kid that beat him just showed up. I'm thinking to myself, no problem. I'll hit 20 of 20, and that'll be that. At halftime of the game we're watching, Father Devlin calls us out. Same as before. The people in the stands, they don't know what the hell is going on. They're confused. No one explained to them what had happened. The explanation slowly made its way around the gym. Okay, here we go. I go first. Just before I start, I noticed Father Devlin, instead of standing outside under the basket, he disappeared onto the stage and behind the curtain. I only noticed this because he's usually right in front. Oh well. Anyway, boom! I hit 5 of 5 to start off. When the other kid starts, I see Father Devlin emerge from behind the curtain and head down toward the court. The other boy has hit 3 of his first 5. I again, while in the middle of shooting my next 5, Father Devlin takes his spot back under the basket. I hit 4 of 5. The other kid starts out 2 of 3. He's about to take his 4th shot. Father Devlin calls to me to come over to him. Like this. Boom! The kid hits the 4th one. I go over to Devlin and ask him what he wants. He then proceeds to tell me the school needs me to lose the contest. He says there is no more second place trophies to give the other boy if I beat him. He only has the first place trophy that I gave back to him. Now my head is spinning, but it's my turn. Right now I'm winning. I have 9 and he's only got 6. I get to the foul line, not sure what to do. I make the first 2 shots. And as I'm about to take the next free throw, I look at Devlin. The look he gave me made me feel so bad, I purposely missed the next 3. The other kid hits 2 of his shots. The score now is, the kid has sunk 8, and I have 11. I'm up here. I'm up 3 with only 5 shots to go. The kid goes first because, once again, this is the last 5 shots, and he's losing. He does really well and makes 4 out of the 5, putting him at a final score of 12 out of 20. I could win this thing easily, or I could throw it and look terrible doing it. Ooh, where was I? I step to the line and I look at Father Devlin before I take any shot. With the face he gave me, again, he was practically begging me. I slammed the ball 4 times off the backboard. Everyone watching was in shock. It was pretty obvious I was missing on purpose. Time for the last one. Do I tie it up or do I lose? I take a whole bunch of dribbles before I shoot. I shoot the ball hard and bang it off the front rim. Father Devlin gives me a real big smile and then proceeds to give that boy my fucking trophy. I didn't wait for him to talk to me if he was going to. I walked immediately out of the gym. I explained what had happened to the guys from my team that were still there, and they all agreed. That's fucking bullshit. I tell this story because I say to myself, wow, these are the same values and that I and others grew up with, taught by a priest, no less. Save face at any cost. The lie justifies the outcome. Well, I disagree. As an adult, I know now that if I were in Devlin's place, I would have just told the second kid the truth. All he had to say was that you're late, and we already did the finals. And if he would like to do another final, there is no second place trophy. Only one winner will be getting a trophy because we don't have any others to give out. End of story. That's what it should have been. That's part 1 of page 16 with Devlin. I always said that made me do this, what's coming next. I'm going to finish it up because it's a quick one. 2 weeks later, well, I got another one after this I could also add, but 2 weeks later, we go to St. Patrick's tournament. They have a tournament now And in the finals, it ends up us against St. Patrick's. The game was very physical. There were a lot of hard fouls and a lot of trash talk as the game kept progressing. With 20 seconds left, St. Patrick's has the ball. The score was 41 for us, 40 for them. We were up by 1. They scored a basket with 7 seconds to go. 42-41 they led. Charlie, the center on my team, takes the ball from out of bounds. We had no timeouts left. He throws it in bounds to me. I'm not going to read the rest. I'm just going to tell you from my memory how it went, and I'm going to show you. He throws the ball into me, and I start dribbling up the court, and the clock is going 6, 5, 4. By the time, because there was a guy on me, I get around to him. By the time I hit half court, there was like 3 seconds left or 2 seconds, and I'm about to shoot it from half court, and I tripped over my own feet. So I'm on my way down, I'm falling, and I throw the ball up. It hits the backboard and goes right the fuck in. From the ground, I'm now on the floor, facing my head like this. I don't see the ball, because I fell. I look over and I see my teammates and my coach, Mike, all jump up. Yeah! From the ground, I never got up. I looked and I turned from looking at my bench to St. Patrick's bench, and I said, fuck you! Up your fucking ass! Obviously, the whole place, because we were in their gym, was St. Patrick's fans. So when I hit the basket, it was quiet as shit. The only thing you heard after the ball went in, the crowd went silent and my team cheered. So when I screamed that, everybody heard me. I ended up getting repercussions on that. Not really, but they called up, Father Devlin and St. Mary's and told them how I acted and da-da-da. We still beat them. But, yeah, that's those 2 stories. There's a third one that I'm just going to give you a brief one on that I'll put in the book at some point. In 8th grade, we had this is after all this shit, we had a chocolate drive. Remember the chocolate drives? Those of you that had to do them, the big boxes and we had chocolate bars like this big, and it had St. Mary's on the front, the wrappers and everything. I got a few guys together and we tried, it was double doors and then the exit doors in this little hallway. We stacked up about 30 boxes, but we put them up too high where you could see in the window and they saw them. Long story short, I get in trouble, somebody rats me out. The principal, when she gets me, grabs me by over here and rips and pulls my ear and drags me all the way to the principal's office. She calls my mother, tells her what I did. I'm sitting there waiting for my mother to come, and I'm scared death. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. So I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? As soon as my mother showed up and I saw her face, I started to cry. And I told her, Ma, she pulled my hair and hit me and pulled my ear. My mother lost it. You don't touch her, kid. You don't touch me. Not in the 70s. She fucking leaned over, put a finger like this on the fucking principal's head, my principal was a little short. If she wasn't a nun, you would think she was a lesbian because she was stocky and she looked like that type of. And my mother was poking her in the head, going, "Don't you ever put your fucking hands on my son! I'll fucking kill you!" Ends up, I didn't get in any trouble for trying to steal the chocolate. I didn't get suspended. 2 other kids got in trouble because their parents weren't nuts. So I got away with it. Again, Ron doing something crazy, gets away scot-free. All right, let me look back on the chat a little bit. Father Devlin definitely should have done better. And he was very well respected. He was one of the good guys. But that was terrible. T-Ray. It's hilarious, Frank. It'll be hilarious. I want to say. All right. That's 16. All right, I need a 2-minute break, guys. That was a long fucking chapter. So. Thank you, Scuffed. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna slow down. Did you say this book is on Amazon? No, T-Ray. It's not on anywhere but here and TikTok. It's not readable. I don't. If you notice, everything has writing on it. Look. See? Notes and, it's all got to be rewritten and typed up. It's an energy drink. It's one of them fucking sprays, what is that called? Flavored water with energy drink. I didn't buy it. I wouldn't do it, but it'd probably be better with a little vodka in it. Probably. The last sentence of chapter 16. Well, I went off script there for a bit, Frank. But not including the second story with the St. Patrick's. End of story is where I ended the original one. Where I go, end of story. Only the winner will be getting a trophy because there is no second place trophy. And that should have been the end of story for Devlin. But it wasn't. Sorry, Frank. Hey, buddy, how are you? Medina. People talking. All right. 2:30. Did 16 with the new story. All right, 17 is pretty quick, so I'm going to jump right on it. It's got 2 pages. 18 also, I think, is a fast one, 2 pages. So we're going to bang out the next 2. 17 is self-destruction. In the 8th grade... Oh, let's wait. In the 8th grade, that's when I started to become all the things you do not want your child to be. First was cigarettes. I started out at first just trying to look cool and smoking a cigarette here and there. Eventually, every teenager who smokes gets caught by their parents or someone who knows their family. My time came one evening after a basketball game at St. Mary's. When the game was over, a couple of friends and I went outside of the gym. Mom, Duck, and my brother were at the game that night. They went to the car. They went to go get the car so they could go home. The 3 of them pull up in the car, and Mom says out the window, "See you at home in a little while, okay?" "Sure, Mom. See you later." And they drive off. I wait until they're out of sight, and I light up a cigarette. At the age of 13, you start to think you were smarter than everybody else. Well, Mom proves for the first of many times that I'm not as smart as I think I am. And parents aren't that stupid. She drives around the block and comes back. I figure she knew I was up to no good. I was just about to blow out smoke. Sorry about that, guys. That was my daughter. I had to take it. Dinner plans. All right, so let's go back to, we'll go from, I figured she knew what I was up to. She knew I was up to no good. I was just about to blow out smoke, and I hear Mom yell, "Get the fuck over here right now." Damn, I'm busted. I got punished for a while, but of course that didn't help. Around this time, I started to, for a lack of better words, feel my oats. Even though I did not live in the same house as my cousins, as you know, I saw them just about every day and spent the majority of the time hanging out with my cousin Louie and his friends. You have to always remember that Louis was 2 years older than me, and he stayed with guys that were older than him. So I started out early in St. Mary's as being a so-called tough guy because of with Dominic and the other stuff. In Catholic school, like I said before, it doesn't take much for the other kids to fear you, as you have already heard. And I was an angry boy who wouldn't hesitate to use his hands. Because of this, my cousin's friends liked having me around. I always felt that being only, as I got older, 5'2" in 8th grade, at the time, I was being on the thin side, that the only reason they liked keeping me around was because there wasn't much I wouldn't do. 8th grade was a testing time. It was time to branch out and see how much we could get away with. It brought along new ways of getting high. It also brought the end to playing sports and going to school. When 8th grade started, I was probably a B+ student, near the 90 average, across the board. By the time it was over, I was down to D, probably about a 68% average across the board. That's chapter 17. Chapter 18 gives you a better idea of my father and how he used to think. The name of this one is Father Knows Best. Like the TV show? Remember? Anybody remember the TV show Father Knows Best? It was supposed to be the perfect family and you go to Dad for advice. Well, here we go. One of the times I went to Dad for advice went something like this. It was very close to the end of 8th grade, and I was seeing this girl, Lisa. Dad and I were sitting on the couch in Great Graham's living room. So I start telling Dad about Lisa. He says to me, how far have you gotten with her, horse? I say, all we do is make out. I want to touch some tit, Pop. He puts on a big smile. His chest kind of swelled up, like he was saying, you have come to the titty touching. I will help you, peasant boy. He begins to tell me, next time you're making out with this girl, he said, put your hand on her cheek, and he's showing me like this, and gently slide the bottom of that arm across her chest like this. I'm thinking to myself, this man is a fucking genius. He proceeds. Then, let your elbow go back and forth. Then switch hands. This man is brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. If she lets you get away with this, take the next step. Slowly bring your hand to her chest. He pauses, laughs out loud, looks at me and says, by the way, as you're doing this, be prepared to get slapped. Then he laughs and he says, if she does slap you, don't get mad. I said, huh? Horse, don't get angry at all. As a matter of fact, immediately apologize and tell her that you just thought your relationship had gotten strong enough that it would be okay to do it, and that you will not do it again until she is ready. I tried to compute all this new information. I said to him, I'm never going to be able to say all of that. And I laughed. He laughs and says, then say, sorry, bitch, I thought you wanted it. Now we are both hysterical laughing. We leave off with him telling me, just say whatever comes easiest for you to say. The next time I was with Lisa, here's how it went down. Hand on cheek, check. Elbow to titty, check. So far, so good. I got excited. I didn't follow the instructions. Instead of switching hands, I go straight to hand to titty. When I put my hand on her tit, all she did was, at this point, I'm so nervous, I'm close to shaking. She stopped making out with me, and with a big smile on her face, she looked me straight in the eye and says, what are you doing? in semi-shockness, in shock, one, because I didn't get slapped, and two, did she say, "What am I doing?" I stuttered and said, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Now she is laughing and says, "That's okay. I kind of like it." I laugh. She laughs. We began making out again with my hand on her tit. This man is brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. Damn, that dad is smart. Lisa and I broke up about a week later. The point of this little tale being that even though he was not your Brady Bunch kind of dad, he was always there for me to talk to. He was an older and wiser friend than my friends. If you have children, take a second right now, pause, and ask yourself, does my kid feel like he or she can talk to me? If you are not sure or think the answer has a chance to be no, do not wait. Begin, or at least try to give it your best shot of learning how to talk to them. When you do not have that type of relationship with your child, they will never forget it as an adult. Did you? That's 18. No, Jackie. How are you, Jackie? That's not why me and Lisa split up. There was an older boy in high school that wanted to take her actually out somewhere. She was my girlfriend. We were in 8th grade, but I never took her nowhere. We just, at school, after school, we'd meet. But yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Bestseller, huh? I'm going back to look, so I can't see what you put up now. Thank you. What's up, Honing? Let's see how long this next one is. 19. What did I write down I wanted to accomplish today? I wanted to go up to 19. What time we got? I gotta look. 2:38, 20 minutes. Oh, that's it. I'm banning everybody. No having your own combos. You talk to me about me. Please. Please talk about me. How dare you how dare you have conversations on my screen and talk about other people? I'm sorry, I'm goofing around. I find that hysterical. How dare you? Sons of beaches. You bastards. You killed Kenny. Wow. Imagine if I said that. Imagine that, right, Alta? Listen, only talk about Ron. I am the most important thing in the world. That's funny shit. I don't care who you talk about, as long as you don't use none of the bad stuff. Then we're good. You can promote other people's channels. As long as you promote mine, you can talk to each other all day. I don't give a shit. Pay attention a little bit, but wow, really? Who's Ron? I don't know, Jackie. You better ask the people out there. This fucking guy Ron's an asshole. That's what I heard. I heard he used to be a real douchebag. Anybody else know who this guy Ron is? That guy we talking about, that guy Ron. Isn't he a jerk off? Or was? He was a real bad man. Good thing he changed. I think it's part 2 of what you just wrote, Walter. From what, I've never been on the thing. I've seen one video maybe. But yeah, I believe it's the second one from what I hear from everybody, and that's pretty much what I gathered. You know what? I'm happy with 18 for today. I don't think I'm going to go to 19, Frank. I didn't reread it. I reread these three this morning. So I'm going to hang on with this for here. No, that's the other guy, Jackie. That's King. But if you were on that channel, you probably saw me there months ago. That's where I know you from, if I'm not mistaken. 19, 20. Just gonna go here with this, because that's tomorrow. So anybody know who this guy Ron is? No, don't you insult me, Missy. I'm kidding. No, I'm not him. Oh, is that the Jackie that got insulted that day? I hope not. I hope not, Jackie. Was that you? I apologize that day to you. Right, that's who you were. How are you? Glad to have you back. Right, Frank? That's who that was? Am I wrong? She got a little insulted by Scuffed Frank's joke. Ah, good to have you back. Did you, have you been to comedy clubs lately? I don't know. Maybe you got your sense of humor back. That's why you came back. I don't know. Right. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, hang around. It's real good. Charlie's parking lot neighbor. Got no idea. I don't look at his site either. I go to Hot Frank's site. I've been to Relentless's site. I've been to Scuff Frank's. Who else? Sheriff Buford T. Justice. How are you, Sheriff? Yes, I remember you, Jackie. Yes. I'm glad you're back. Sheriff Buford T. I've seen him here too. He's been around. You're all good people to me. You guys can hang around all you want. Yeah, in the sewage canal. I know. That's funny. And then maybe wanted me to smell them. But they didn't smell bad because he used detergent. It smelled like detergent. That doesn't mean they're clean. Some beach? Yes, sir, Buford. You some bitch. What was his son-in-law's name? Probably alligators were in there. I didn't see any, otherwise I would have ran like a little girl. That's a fact. I would have been, ah! Save me, save me! Somebody! Oh. I feel good about today, Frank. I could have read a little slower again, but I tried, T-Ray. Can't help everyone. Can't help everyone. Although, I did help him, so I got no regrets. No regrets. Who was asking me if I wanted to be interviewed by, I forget who you asked. I think Tan Man, maybe? Interviewed by David? Oh, fucking David is. I think that's Tan Man. I don't know. No, not today, Frank. I'm good with that for today. We'll just hang out for another 15 minutes, half hour. Lent asked. It was Relentless. Right. Thank you, T-Ray. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Alta. I'll have to wait till I see her and ask her. I don't mind doing it, like I said yesterday. I think it's a great idea. I think promoting, the more I can promote my book, the better. And my boy, Hot Frank, will definitely agree with that. But I don't want to go on there and be asked about, King or anybody else, because you got questions about King? Ask fucking King. You got questions about Michael Jackson? Well, you can't ask him anymore. He's passed away, but you get my point. Ooh, 12 minutes. Nice. I haven't done that in a long time, Bet. Since I used to work. Yeah, Frank. I've been reaching out to podcasters who do podcasts. Every time I see what do you call it? Somebody asking for people to come on their podcast, I put my name down, I explain the situation. I'm trying to get on anything I can. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. You changed your shirt on the bus? He's in the delirium stage with Parkinson's. I hope that's not true. I don't wish bad harm on anybody anymore. It sucks to be in pain and... But if you're a douchebag or evil, deal with it. It happens. Shit happens. The other thing I can do is, I got this stupid thing here, and the phone works. I just keep forgetting. I think it does. I don't fucking know anymore. I gotta get a second real phone. Appreciate T-Ray. Advertise it away, baby. My only other next step would be to put up a stupid pin for donations and just let the money build up and you know, if I can, get it to, I think it's 1,500 or try to find some cheap publisher. But I don't want to do that. I want to do it where it's wanted. I know I could call in. I'd rather him call me. He wants to interview me. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to start calling in on people's podcasts if I want to get it out there. Yeah, I know that. I have a giant. I've had 2 hours and still haven't even finished it. But we're on a tight schedule today. Again, 3 o'clock. I got to kick off 3:05 because my grandson comes home. I got to get everything ready, and then as soon as he walks in, we're out of here. Alter, if you're asking Tan, that's fine. If you ask me, I'm not going to answer it. I wouldn't answer it on here. I wouldn't answer it in there. I just said it. My whole thing would be not, I don't want to talk about nobody else. So, I wouldn't give it an answer anyway. Yeah, I do. I just got to make sure I paid it. It's up to date, but I check it. I would check it before anybody calls. Yeah, I got it off right now. That's why. Oh, sorry, Alta. Sometimes Ron's a dick. I apologize. My bad. 954-751-0115. Yeah, I'll even try. Somebody do *67 and call that number. Hold on, not yet. Let me put the machine on first. Even if it's you, Hot Frank, just do *67. Put *67 in front of it, and I won't see your number if you give a shit, because I'm not going to call you back on fucking doctor anyway, but do *67 and it makes you happy. Not yet. I'll tell you when. You got to wait. I got to wait for this thing to go on. I got to bring up the app. Put the sound up. I just want to see if it works. I mean, when I call it, it works. I had somebody was calling me the other day when we had it on, and it wasn't working. So I don't know. Not yet. Not yet. I'm bringing up this. I have an old iPad that I use for this, and it takes a second or two for it to load. And look, I'm still on a blank screen. Yeah, it just loaded, and it still takes time. See? Okay, where am I now? Where is it? Which one is it? Text now. Is it that one? I gotta remember which one it is. Let's go. damn you. So fucking slow. Alright. Chats. Come on. Alright. Still loading. Wow. Oh, still loading, spinning. Okay. Yeah, I called Monday. It worked. Let's all right, give it a shot. Anybody want to try it for me? Star 67 first. It was just up there, 954-751-0115. Let's see if it rings. Sounds all the way up. Let's see if somebody tell me if you call. Well, I could just what if me to call? I got to shut you guys down, so I don't want to do that. Calls. Let's go on calls. If anybody is calling, I ain't getting nothing. So, yep. Star 67 if you don't want me to see the number before that. Nobody calls. I got to get off the stream for a minute, and I'm going to do it myself. I want to know if it still works. Boom, boom, boom. It's probably not working. What was missed calls? No, same shit. Yeah, that was Sunday. I don't think it works. I don't think it's working anymore. I'm going to have to get a new one. A new phone. Ah, there it is. Whoever it is, I won't even answer it. I don't have to, but I can. There we go. Let's see. Hold on. Let me put you on speaker. Just say boo. Anybody there? It rang. I don't know if I kept you, though. I don't know if it worked the whole way, but it definitely rings. Thank you. We know it works. So, it does ring. Alter, you got a special voice. Can you read? We were thinking about Scuff Frank reading the book. Who else you got in mind, Hot Frank? Because I'm no good at it. You got to be able to hit the influxes and all that kind of stuff and have a decent voice. All they got to do is go to my page. You lost me. I'm sorry. No, I don't mean can you read. You took that the wrong way. I didn't mean it as, do you know how to read? I meant it as, like, if you had to, would you be able to read the book? Fuck faces. You got to be able to, like Morgan Freeman, If I could get him, that would be great, but I think he died. Now you get what I mean. I didn't mean could you read. I thought you could. See? What's that? I don't know. Alright. There we go again. See if it works. Speaker. Hold on. Speaker, I can't. Speaker not going on. I don't know. There's no earphone to put the fucking thing in. So, oh, I got you a little bit. Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah, this is no good. It don't work. It's terrible. It's either you or me. It's probably me. I thank you for calling, though. Yeah, as you can hear, nothing's coming out. It's going, So, yeah, a little bit. All right, I appreciate it. I'm going to hang up because I can't hear you anyway, but thank you for letting me know it don't work. Appreciate it. I'm going to shut it off. Yeah, no good. No good. No, I can't hear him at all. I heard. I appreciate that, Alter. Thank you. I hear you. Stalkers. Gotta be careful. Put it back up all the. It was Cree Live, crazy chick. It was in love with me. I hear you. Women are out of their minds. Not all of you. There are some. I definitely think they're a bit batty. Me and Beth are nosy like that. That's funny, T-Ray. That's funny. We're kind of nosy like that. We want to know what the fuck is going on. Tell us, damn it. All right, guys, 5 more minutes and I'm done. I need to go take a shower fast, too. Wake up. Like I said, I'm going to be playing poker definitely tonight. I'm in the tournament already. 11 o'clock. I will be there. Oh, Walter, we all like to see a picture. I gotta throw this out. Ouch. That hurt. Oh, anyway. Oof. Alright, this has got to go back in here. I need these. Alright. I love it. I love it. I appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you, guys. Frank, we'll get there, Frank. We got time. Nice and slow. Oh, yeah, he called in. See you later, Bet. Yo, Dope Girls. Dope Girls. I know that name from somewhere. I don't know where. Alright, guys, I'll see you tomorrow or tonight if you're on later tonight. Like I said, 11 o'clock. I'll probably be on 1:45, setting myself up with my poker game. It's for a $1,000 game, so I'm definitely going in it. Thank you, Frank. I know I am. I really appreciate all you guys. Big time. All the new people. Go back and listen to the chapters, man. You're going to love it. Or just show up here. We're going to redo it and do it and do it. Questions, I love taking comments. Criticism, I want them. Only way I can get better is if you criticize me. Yeah, me too, Walter. So I'm stoned too. Anyway, good day, guys. Hopefully I see you guys tonight.